Salutations and welcome to each and every of the most respected sadhakas with all beautiful 11 identities of sadhakatva, shrotrutva, jignasutva, mumukshutva, bhakta, shishya, viragi, lokasevaka, dharma samstapaka, प्रेरणायुक्त परिश्रमयुक्त व्यक्तित्व. Let us together salute the Parabrahma, the Ishvara, the Devata Parampara, the Guru Parampara, and the Shruti Mata Parampara. Without their grace blessings, our movement, progress in life's evolution is not possible. With their grace, it is certainly possible every, any, and ultimate height we can reach. Every day through this practice, we are expected to intensify our Shraddha to them, Prarthana to them, and then Protsaha from within for us to do what we are supposed to do. My dear friends, in nowadays morning Upanishad class, we are studying the topic the class apart. Highest, greatest, noblest, divine, most beautiful. Because here, not one or two, but from so many Upanishads, the references and quotes telling us as to the moksha is obtained only through Atmanubhava is being emphatically, repeatedly stressed. And this is the place, who knows, if we truly apply ourselves, we may get inspired more to take up the true inner spiritual sadhana more seriously and sincerely. One of the wonderful portions on the superficial way, these shlokas are the references of from various Upanishads about the Paramatma Prapti. But it cannot be brushed aside so lightly like that. It can be taken by us if we want to be a greatest source of information, inspiration, and blessing, all at one place put together. Then the art, if we can develop, of making use of this repeated, consistent, continuous inspiration for our own strengthening of the knowledge and purpose of life, we have done immense help to ourselves. So, as much as possible, as many times as possible, this portion should be heard and studied and contemplated upon. Like what we see in the Rubhu Gita in the evening, other than Brahma Tattva, nothing is being discussed. All the chapters. But that is only a Smruti Purana Grantha. That is so great, powerful, but not as great as any Veda Vedanta. Now here we are studying Veda only. Although they are quotes brought by Adi Shankara, but they are not writings of Adi Shankara. They are all the revelations to the rishis only. Therefore, this portion is higher than the highest. That is why the Lord Guru is making us go through slowly, steadily every of the mantra, every of the quote, every of the reference, so that it is a rechecking also. Ki, so many Upanishads, so many other Shastra we heard, but how far we have reached in our conviction. And by repeatedly telling us in one sequence, we are given one more chance to become deeper in our understanding, acceptance, and pursuit. Before we take up that next sequence of quotes for 2 3 minutes, today's discussion is just these 4 5 points, very easy to understand and grasp. The 4 5 points are: one, freeing our antakarana. the main and the only instrument for spiritual sadhana, freeing it from the tamoguna. The antakarana becomes tamoguni when the subject matter with which it deals is tamasic dravya outside. The more tamoguni dravya is the subject of our antakarana, the matter, the objects, etc., the more will be it is tamasic, not fit for spiritual pursuit. So, to freeing it from the rajoguna. The more the desires entertained, the attachments entertained, to fulfill those desires and to substantiate those attachments or to gain from those attachments something or the other. When we keep on planning and acting, working, we are in Rajoguna. Such Rajoguna also, as told yesterday by Sri Ramaji, is extroverted, Vishaya oriented, Karma oriented, Karta oriented, Phala oriented, Bahya Bhoga oriented. Always it is in that restlessness only. Chinta Jwala, as we saw yesterday. That's also not a fit an instrument for the spiritual sadhana. Free therefore antakarana from rajoguna. Continuous process it is because of our outer influences, because of the totality's influence, because of the inner vasanas. Again and again tamas comes. We should recognize it and reduce it. Again and again rajas comes. We should recognize it and reduce it, not add to it. Now, therefore, third one is what? Create that beautiful sattva-guna atmosphere in the antakaran. And that is done when we involving the sattvic things. And that is doing our upasanas, doing our puja, doing our japa, all single pointedly, sincerely, correctly, devotedly. And taking the Lord's name, Nama Sankirtana, some of the positive values practiced, very kind, loving to the world, forgiving the world, ahimsa, adi. Now, in these type of themes, when we are theme of Guru Seva, theme of Bhagavad Seva, all of that makes Antakarana our Sattva Guni. And not forget the influence of the Bhojana also. ತಮೋಗುಣ ಭೋಜನ ತಮೋ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ರಜೋಗುಣ ಭೋಜನ ರಜೋ ಅಂತಃಕರಣ ಸತ್ವಗುಣ ಭೋಜನ ಅಂತಃಕರಣ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ. So it is our choice, our effort, our goal to keep our antahkarana in the sattva-guna mood all the time. No ambiguity in it. Now with this sattva-guna of the antahkarana, which is now because its calmness, kindness, purity, can think and contemplate. Now think. The fourth point is what exactly the me is seeking in me. What I am seeking. We have to be very careful about it, conscious about it. What exactly I am seeking through all either pursuits or withdrawals from the pursuit. Note down those things. What exactly? There is a craving from within, want from within. What is that which is the one which is pushing us for all pursuits from within? क्या चाहत है अपने हृदय का दिल का perfectly we have to diagnose and know it. Fourth point, first is free from tamo, second is free from rajo, third is fill it with the sattva, fourth is use it to think as to what exactly the crying or craving of the heart. मेरा दिल फाइनली क्या चाहता है हृदय. Okay, then fifth point is mm, listen Shastras from the Gurus. Study. Then study from that Shastra only. What is that the Shastra is promising to give us? Finally. What is the Shastra is promising to give us finally? Then the sixth point is it match that thing with what our heart wants. Are they the same? Isn't it? What my heart wants, what the Shastra is promising to give. Are they the same? like what I want and what is displayed on the board as the available things in the shop. If they are same, we go to that shop to buy it. है कि नहीं? मुझे कपड़े चाहिए, बर्तन वाले दुकान में थोड़ी जाऊँगा मैं। Cloth merchant, all types of cloths suitable for everything are available. When it is written, yeah, we go. In the same way, this is a very essential thing. What my heart is seeking, what the Shastra is promising, are they the same? Think, we have to be very careful. Let us not just brush aside by saying, हाँ एक ही होगा. ऐसा नहीं. दिल से दिमाग से डीपली सोच कर समझना है. Isn't it? That will be with सत्व गुण. सत्व गुण की बात हो रही है यहाँ. सत्व है तो ये सारे बातें बनते. Then simple thing, the seventh point is, if they are same, what I want the heart and what the Shastra is promising to give us is same, then how to obtain it? Therefore, the Shastra alone is mentioning about how to attain what it is promising to give. Then so simple it is, then scrupulously, without any anxiety or tension or worry, without any distraction or doubt, with full commitment and faith, what Shastra is telling us to do as the outer sadhanas to become introverted, the inner sadhanas to become single pointed and subtle. Let us do. Then the innermost sadhanas of the contemplation, the meditation. In the contemplation, we through thinking ascertain that yes, there is a self beyond the outer world of names and forms in the world outside, and there is a self beyond these seeming, whether you call them as five koshas or three dehas or three individualities inside. First, through contemplation, ascertain it. So many logics, examples, explanations are throughout the Shastras, they are spread to make us do this contemplation. And that's what all Upanishads talk about, isn't it? First, ascertain it. Then keep on intensifying the desire. The eighth point, that which is beyond is the one when identified with the Upanishad says there is a moksha final. Therefore, let me have it. Let me identify with it. Let me possess it. Let me discover it. Let me unite with it. Let me experience it. 24 घंटे ये चलता 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 रहे. Then, when this desire becomes intense, then naturally, how that desire is fulfilled? Only when we withdraw from the world and fully focus on it on the seat of Dhyanam. At that level only, the Icha for the Dhyanam, the convenience for the Dhyanam, the Prayatna for the Dhyanam will happen. Only when the Prayatna effort is happening, then the Prayatna, the effort, slowly becomes Safala, the success of recognizing in us that self. Now, these are the only things we have to achieve, whether we do it in 1 day or 1 year or one lifetime or 10 lives. Every one of them are important. The first one itself, if we are only caught up in the dravya and make our antakarna tamoguni only, tamoguni not necessarily sleepy only, but only thinking about the worldly things. So that freedom, तमोगुण से निवृत्ति, रजोगुण से निवृत्ति, सत्वगुण का प्राप्ति, then स्वयं विचारणा, what our Hridaya is asking for, fourth point, fifth one, what is Shastra is promising to give, sixth one, matching both of them, seventh, if both of them are found to be same, then what Shastra tells us to do the sadhana, same thing we to do, eighth one, those are the outer sadhanas, the inner ones and the innermost one. And the ninth one, the innermost are first contemplation to ascertain, to clearly discover that the moksha is promised by the Shastra when we experience that which is beyond all which is obvious, all which is caught by the upadhis, etc. Then the tenth one, therefore, intensifying the desire for that, spending every day hours together in I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Then that want becomes so powerful that other than this, nothing is wanted. then this is available only through the dhyanam. Therefore, in the 11th step, we will become more and more antarmukha dhyana oriented, with all knowledge clear, with all the slokas, required slokas that are remembered. That in the anavastha, as many attempts we are required to do, we keep on doing, and continuously we invoke the Guru Krupa, Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva Krupa. So to the Ishvara Krupa through prayer. Hey Bhagavan, मैं अभी ध्यान के लिए बैठ रहा हूँ. Hey Guru, हे श्रुति माता, please bless me to go inch closer, to go little more deeper. And today let me experience what it means when I am not the Sharira, I am the Sakshi of the Sharira. What it means when I am not the Pranamaya, Sakshi of it. What it means when I am not Manomaya, Sakshi of it. Let me experience these things. Bless me. Let me also try. So, in this way, keep on relentlessly doing only that one, day after day, month after month, year after year, life after life, till it happens. And all our attention is only for it. Then the 13th, 14th things, what about the world, what about the worldly people, worldly relations, worldly emotions, worldly sentiments, worldly joys, worldly bhule visre geet, worldly all our earlier attachments, friends, every one of them were the means to bring us to this place. They brought it, their job is over, just with a simple gratitude and smile, just drop them. Like this in every life, such occasions have happened which have matured us. For that purpose, they were there. More than that, no need to give any sentimental, any emotional value. 30 साल पहले हम इकट्ठा इधर घूमे उधर घूमे, क्या दिन थे वो, मजेदार थे. दिस इज सेंटिमेंट, दिस इमोशन. The intellectual understanding is in the process of prarabdha and sadhana that was required at that time, it has been done, and what result it had to give in my sadhana, it gave. Okay, isn't it? Otherwise, why worry about even that individual, whomever we met, also is jiva, he also is in his own path. Wherever they are, let them do their sadhana. Why worry about them? First, let me realize myself. Understood? With this type of maturity, all anything such things, if we remember, if we have such good worthy of remembering past, they have to be answered like that. अगर ऐसा है ही है कचरा को याद दिलाने का लायक ही नहीं है तो वी आर लकी. ऑल फेलियर्स, फ्रस्ट्रेशंस, मिजरेबल्स, इंसल्ट्स अगर यही है तो खुशकिस्मत है, कोई याद करने का लायक ही नहीं. If at all such emotions thoughts come, whole world is that Brahman alone. That Brahman is the one we have to realize. That infinite Brahman alone is playing all the play of so many things and beings in the form of this world. Let us realize it first deeply in the core of our heart. Then see the whole world as Him only. Play if you want to play, withdraw if you want to withdraw. In both cases, don't waste the essence, the reality. So, this is how today's introduction having given, let us see some of the beautiful Brahma Anubhava indicating quotations of Upanishads from the Sambandha Bhashya by Adi Shankara Bhagavan. Let us enjoy it. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्य केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसच्चलतः अयिमां श्रीवात्रविभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधीः शरणागतवत्सल तत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परायाः समस्तभक्तियोगवेदान्तादि ज्ञानादिमोक्षमार्गाणां पुनरुत्थानजागरण समस्तविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता शान्तिपुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्य कार्यस्य निर्विघ्नवाप्त्यर्थं शतसहस्र अनेक अनन्तसङ्ख्येषु गुरूणां महात्मानाम् आचार्याणां साधकानाम् अवताराणाम् आगमनार्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां गुरु आचार्याणाम् आश्रमसंस्थानां श्रेयोभिलाषि भक्तानां शिष्यसेवकानां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यादि शक्तिसम्पदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापने निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण मोक्ष प्राप्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद आदौ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ओम अथ संबंध भाष्यम। Friends, in the Sambandha Bhashyam, we are seeing the quotes from various Upanishads to substantiate. Substantiate what? The necessity of studying the Upanishads and through the study of Upanishads, recognizing the Brahma Tattva as our own self. This realizing the Brahma Tattva is called as Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya. The Upanishad gives this Atma Vidya, this Brahma Vidya. Why the need of this? Because this Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya alone removes the avidya, and avidya is removed. Because of the avidya only there was a samsara dukkha that also goes away. So avidya nivrutti lakshanasya mokshasya vidya adhinatvat yujyate cha tadartha upanishad arambha. It is absolutely correct and perfect to start studying the Upanishad and gaining the Brahma and Atma Vidya, because only when the Atma Vidya gained, avidya goes away, then avidya janita, entire samsara bandhana goes away, then we get the moksha, the positive experience. Okay, then 7 or 8. quotes we have already seen. You can count them also. The first one, tam evam vidvan amrutah iha bhavati. Quote number two, न अन्यः पंथा विद्यते अयनाय. Number three, न चेदिह अवेदीत महति विनष्टिः. Number fourth one, य एतद् विदुः अमृताः ते भवन्ति. Very important one this is. ये एतद् विदुः ते अमृताः भवन्ति, ये एतद् न विदुः ते मृताः भवन्ति एव. Fourth one. Fifth one, Kimichan Kasya Kamaya Shariramanusanjvaret. Power of this sutra or shloka mantra is what? When the self is not realized, then we will have lot of vasanas, ignorances, which will force us to take one or the other sharira, and we are bound to those shariras. Clear? And refer to understand this. The words uttered by Vamadevaji in the Aitareya Upanishad. Shatamma ayasi puraha arakshan adaha. Hundreds and hundreds of iron chains were tying me down for lower life of the Shariradi Upadhi Tadatmya. So Shena iva jarasa niradiyam. Like a eagle or vulture, I just broke open all these shackles of the Sharira Upadhis, and now I am a free bird, infinite bliss I am in. So, therefore, if the self is not realized, we are bound to get many Sharira, Janma, and Marana. But once it is realized, Kimichan, how can there be any Ichha? Kasya kamaya, how can there be any kamana of any object? Therefore, Sharira Manusanjaran, why will he be given or forced to take up any of the Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira? Because of these three Sharira only, tied down to them, bound to them, we are suffering as a Jiva. When we realize the self, these upadhis are not required, then no jiva bhava, no bandhana. See how clear, how correct, how perfect are every of these quotes. भगवान जी को तो हम कितने भी हम कृतज्ञता कहे चरण में पढ़े, that is not sufficient to भगवान आदि शंकर, where he is bringing all these revelations at one place. So this was the fifth one. Sixth one was taviditva nalipyate karmana papakena. So when the self is known, tam viditva, having known the self, nalipyate, not touched by, not tainted by, not impurified by, not polluted by, karmana papakena, the whole set of the karma. Karta, well, first of all, the individuality, then upadhi then some kamana for some sukha for the upadhis, then becoming the karta, then getting karma for to get the karma phala, going to different places are the yonis. All this set will be removed. Nalipyate karmana papakena tam vidvan. Now, it's a very sublime thought. As just now we said, why we do karma? Because to fulfill some kamana. How many number of kamanas are there? Desires millions. The common thing behind all kamanas is the sense of incompleteness, finitude, limitations. Okay, that sense of finitude, limitation, incompleteness itself makes the kamana happen in us. And kamana is for what? To become infinite, to become limitless only, to become complete only. Here becomes the delusion where this infinitude or completeness, we imagine that we get when this and this object or people or experiences of the outer world are gained. The logical fallacy is what? Ki any of these worldly things beings, situations. Being bound by the Deshakala, time and place, means they are limited in Deshakala. How can they give unlimited, infinite happiness or the infinitude to us? If we can deeply think about it, then what we want is correct, but where we are searching for is wrong. That clarity comes to us. Okay. Then how can this finitude go? Infinitude can come to us. Incompleteness can go. Completeness comes to us. Limitations go and limitlessness come to us. That is where Upanishad says, friends, you are already that limitless, infinite, complete self. Unnecessarily, because of avidya, you are considering yourself with the upadhis which are limited. Therefore, you are feeling you are limited and you are trying to become infinite by gaining the other finite things. These are all wrong. Drop those finitudes, the identity of them, recognize the infinite as you. It is always ready, it is welcoming you to identify with it. Once that is achieved, you are in completeness, you are in limitlessness, you are in infinitude. Therefore, the finitude limitations, they are not there. They were the cause of the desire. Those desires were the cause of the karma doing. Therefore, nalipyate karmana papakena tam viditva. When I recognize myself to be that infinite, limitless substratum of everything, no limitations will be there. There was no chance of eruption of the desire. There was no need of doing any karma. Karma here is called papaka because it binds us with the karma phala. Good or bad, the karma phala ends us, leaving us empty. See the clarity of the explanation. Every of the mantra so powerful. I tell you, same portion इसी को जिंदगी भर पढ़ते रहे and the Ramu Gita evening. Other than these two, no other studies required. है ना? But our tamoguni manabuddhi again and again goes into the world and worldliness. Again and again that restlessness to have that means sufficient viveka vairagya we have not got. Sufficient shama dhamma we have not done. है ना? विवेक करो तो वैराग होएगा. उपासना आदि करो तुम्हारे इंद्रिय कंट्रोल में आते जिनको शम दम कहते हैं. So tam viditva nalipyate karmana papakena. This is the seventh one. है ना? तमेव विद्वान अमृत एव भवति वन नान्य पंथा विद्यते नाय टू न चेदिहा वेदीन माति विनष्टे थ्री ये एतद्विद्रमृतास्ते भवन्ति फोर किमिच्छन काम कामा शरीर मन संजय फाइव तमिदित्वा न लिप्यते करुणा भावकेन सिक्स्थ सिक्स कोट्स वर्दी ऑफ रिपीटेडली कॉन्टेम्पलेटिंग लेक्चर हो गया यहाँ इन बातों का बट and as many number of times we contemplate on them through that as deeply we go into to that extent the clarity will come which will remove the layers of ignorances delusions and wrong pursuits. Okay, seventh also we saw yesterday tarati shokam atmavit. See, atmavit means atmavetta, knower of the self of himself and knower of the self of the whole world, knowing that to be one and that is myself. This is called as atmavit. Such Atmavita Shokam Tarati. There will be no Shoka to him. And Shoka comes from where? Sense of disappearance, sense of deception, sense of misery. The Shoka comes. Disappearance happened to those which appear. The self is not an appearance, it is reality. It is Satta. Therefore, the Shoka because of the fear of disappearance, fear of becoming Asat goes away. Deception is cheating. No, the ignorance only gets cheated, ignorant person. But when I know I'm the pure conscious infinite self, consciousness, the deception wala, fear and fear born shoka goes. Then the self being infinite, therefore it is eternally blissful. Therefore, the fear of dukkha causing the shoka, that also goes away. Therefore, Atmavit shokam permanently tarati. The one who is not the Atmavit, he will be in the Anatma Upadhi. Anatma Upadhi is will give nothing but shoka all the time, because it is limited, it is conditioned, it is changeable, it is modifiable, it is perishable, and it is so fluctuating and flexible, or what do you say, continuously in a state of flux, that what you want, what it wants when you give it, by the time you give it what it wants something else. अब वो दे दो और कुछ मांगता रहता है. Therefore, it is never in the shoka rahita sthiti, the upadhi tadatmya sthiti. Therefore, only Atmavid tarati shokam. Now, how many times this one sentence of four words, tarati shokam Atmavid, three words, we have to contemplate deeply to remove all the delusions, that we can become free from dukkha or shoka by getting the anatma vastus. इस अज्ञान अविद्या मोह से फ्री होने के लिए, how many times, how much deeply this sentence has to be contemplated and understood. Two authorities are: one, this is advice Shastra, Shruti Mata herself. Shruti Mata never speaks lies. Second is what? This is what is experienced by all the sages and saints who have discovered the Atma, then they have gone beyond all the Shoka. Shoka means Shoka, Dukkha, Bhaya, all of that. No more they touched him. They realized that self, oh, शोक समुद्र को उन्होंने तार लिए और पार किए हैं. Seventh quotation. Let us make a count. Let us do eighth quotation today from Kata Upanishad. Hmm. And what is that? Nichayatat mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. Nichayatan mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. See, nichayatat. Nichaya means nichod kar, or select karke, or by electing it. Okay? Tat means that tadatma, tad brahma. There are two things: Brahma, Atma, and Anatma. So they are mixed up. Generally, we do the selection of the Anatma. And these Anatma are Upadhis. Upadhis are born in time. Therefore, they die in time. Therefore, as long as we have selected and are in the identity with the perishable Upadhis, that perishability called as a Mrityu, we are always in the jaws of death only. Mrityu Mukha. But by right discrimination, having heard from Shastras, right contemplation deeply, when we are able to separate these two things of the Upadhis and the Atman, and instead of selecting or Nichaya, the Anatma, when we select the Atman, the real self, the ourself, the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma self, that is the meaning of Tat Nichaya, having uska chayan karke. है ना, चयन आयोग, स्टाफ सिलेक्शन कमीशन, कर्मचारी चयन आयोग, स्टाफ सिलेक्शन कमीशन, SSC, competitive exams for the clerk grade. So you, from that route only this one, chayan karna, choosing, we call it as selecting. And these are the candidates standing for election, each one's manifesto, each one's character, each one's background. Therefore, let us elect him and select him. In the same way, tat nichaya, having by choice selecting and electing tad Brahmatma, tad Vastu as ourselves. What will be the result? Tat nichaya mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. From the mouth, mukha, or jaws of the mrityu, the death, prakarshena muchyate, completely, fully, he is freed from. Yesterday we discussed this topic sufficiently without exhaustive discussion. One word only will add, one sentence, which was said 3-4 minutes back also. What is it? The most painful thing in all pains, most frightening things among all fears is the mrityu only. If mrityu anubhuti, mrityu bhaya anubhuti, if they are crossed, conquered, the toughest, biggest, all other are chota chota, they are already conquered. That is a promise made here, because the self being mruti rahita, modification rahita, janma rahita, jara rahita, that self when we identify, we also experience as janma jara roga mrityu rahita sthiti. That is why tat nichaya mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. The main thing है मृत्यु itself is not there. मृत्यु नहीं है तो फिर मृत्यु नहीं है, जन्म नहीं है, जरा नहीं है, रोग नहीं है. So that infinitude, eternality is experienced. Again, like every day we are doing it, today also we do the exercise of thinking the other way around also. What is the other way around thinking? Tat, if you don't do the Nichaya, means among the Atman and Anatman, if the Atman is not selected by me, Anatman only is selected and taken as Atman, then nobody can free us from Mrityu Mukha. Again and again we are born only to die. In between, lot of struggles to become happy, but every struggle leads to the misery only. These are all not sad, sentimental, emotional sayings. These are our everyday experiences, logical, clearly understood conclusions that with a limited upadhi, with a limited efforts, by gaining the limited objects of the world, how can there be unlimited happiness? When the happiness is not unconditional, unlimited, infinite, it is only an abhas of the happiness. आभास है वो, appearance only for some time. हैप्पीनेस का अर्थ परमानेंट होना चाहिए, अनंत होना चाहिए. हाउ कैन इट बी लिमिटेड? उसमें ऑलरेडी भय आ जाता है ना. लाइक द वन हु इज इलेक्टेड एज एमपी, उसको ऑलरेडी भय शुरू होता है फर्स्ट डे से ही. बिकॉज 5 साल का तो उतरना पड़ेगा. ही मे सप्रेस इट फॉर वेरियस रीजंस राइट नाउ, बट देन दैट इज देयर बिकॉज यू कांट बी इटर्नली एमपी. Inherently, in everything other than the self, there is finitude is there. Therefore, the fear of the perishability is there. मृत्यु भय होता है उसमें. You can't avoid it. Like somebody is made as Brahmadeva. The moment is appointed Brahmadeva, his fear starts happening. Even though Brahma lives for the Dviparartha Kala, such a huge time, but still moment by moment, day by day gets on passing, उनका भी वो भय हो ही जाता है कि मैं इस पोस्ट में अभी नहीं हूँ. पोस्टिंग ऑफ दैट पोस्ट इज मृत्यु ओनली देयर. मरण के फिजिकली मरने की जरूरत नहीं ना. नबड़ी गॉट रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम बीइंग ए प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. एज ए प्रेसिडेंट इज डेड ओनली. नो हो गया अभी वो टेन्योर खत्म हो गया. एक्स ओनली विल बी एडेड नाउ. But the cell eternal hai. If we identify with it, because it is eternal, imperishable, there is no death happening to it. Therefore, nichayatat mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. Feel that and relate it to our own present life of fear of mrityu all the time. शरीर का मृत्यु, सुख का मृत्यु, बंधुत्व का मृत्यु, मित्रत्व का मृत्यु का डर इतना होता है कि टू मेंटेन इट एवरी स्ट्रगल वी डू विथ ऑल स्ट्रगल्स डन नो डेथ कैन बी स्टॉप. फ्रेंड विल डाई, फ्रेंडशिप विल डाई, ऑब्जेक्ट विल डाई, इंटेलिजेंस इन द ऑब्जेक्ट विल डाई. कोई भी रहेगा नहीं. द स्ट्रगल्स एवरी वन ऑफ देम आर इन वेन ओनली. वी आर ऑल गोइंग थ्रू दैट एवरी मोमेंट. But when that nichaya tat karte hain, we on the seat of meditation struggle karke somehow with hundreds and thousands of sittings in each of the life, in one of the life, when we recognize and identify with that most subtle, sublime, beyond all comprehension wala self. That's the meaning of nichaya tat. Then the result is mrityu mukhat pramuchyate, freed from the jaws of death. Again and again, otherwise we'd have got the मृत्युस. अब मैं अमर हो गया, मैं अमृत हो गया, मैं अमृत तत्व को पाया, मैं अपने अमृत तत्व को जान लिया. कुछ शब्द कुछ भी हो, बट इट इज एन अनुभूति. So this beautiful eighth quotation, Nichayatat Mrityumukhat Pramuchyate. This is what Bhagavan Yamaraja tells to Nachiketa. In that Katha Upanishad, mm, in that first only in the first adhyaya only, first adhyaya third only 15th mantra. First adhyaya third only in the 15th mantra. है किताब तो देखो, कहीं ना कहीं तो मिलेगा. Mm, mm. Yes, 15th one. अशब्दमस्पर्शमरूपमव्ययं तथा रसं नित्यमगन्धवच्चयत् अनाद्यनन्तं महतः परं ध्रुवं निचाय तन्मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते अशब्दमस्पर्शमरूपमव्ययं तथा रसं नित्यमगन्धवच्चयत् Huh? Then anadyanantam mahata param dhruvam nichaya tat mrityumukhat pramuchyate. To the lakshanas of Atma are told that Atma vastu, when we recognize mrityumukha se, we are free. Therefore, do we want to be in the jaws of the death mrityu, or we want to be freed? And that freedom also once for all, not only once. Is there any possibility? Yes, very much. How? When we identify ourselves with that self which has got all these explanations. Choice is ours. No, should we not be inspired by this then? Day in and day out now, only one goal, one job of Tad Nichaya, identifying ourselves with that Parama Atma Vastu in us. All else are not only secondary, they are not required only. सब चीजें मृत्यु को अवॉइड नहीं करते. Then how can you do anything which can't avoid mrityu? Common sense. Only one thing worthy of doing which avoids the mrityu. And that is pursuit of the self. And as many ways this shloka you can understand and get inspired finally to recognize the self, all of them are correct, perfect, required, helpful. See the thought there. Through our variety of upasanas, yajnas, or the karmas in the world, we may get the money, we may get this or that. All of those positions also have the mrityu. I myself, the enjoyer through all of them, also will have the mrityu because the upadhis die. Then what is the use of pursuing it when it is going to end? Then why not pursue that the Atman, when once identified with, recognized, there is no mrityu bhaya at all. No mrityu shoka, no mrityu dukkha. See that if the intellect this way again and again ponders, first the understanding will come, second the conviction will come. That convinced intellect alone can make the senses, mind, vasanas subdued, not to pull us to the identification with the upadhis. There is a meaning of buddhya dhruti gruhitaya. बुद्धि युक्तो जहाति उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते. गीता में जो हम पढ़ते हैं उसका डीप मीनिंग ये है. Okay, let us do the chanting of this 11, 12 times. Nichaya tat mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. Remember, when the Atman is identified with, we get freed from the mrityu. If we are not recognizing our identity with Atman, with Anatma only we are identifying, we are welcoming, inviting the mrityu to attack us. Both the points we have to feel while chanting this 12 times from the core of the heart to enter into the core of the heart. That therefore, I am pursuing only Paramatma, nothing other than this. This thought becomes stronger, strengthened. And only when this becomes stronger, we withdraw from our wasting the time in unwanted pursuits. देखो एक जगत मिथ्या है नश्वर है लगातार बदलता है. From that stand understanding also we withdraw from the world through vairagya. But this is greater thing. When there is infinite self, deathless self, instead of pursuing it, how am I pursuing all these things? ये वाला दोनों विचार का हेल्प लेना. निचायतन मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते. निचायतन मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते. निचायतत् मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते. निचायतत् मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते. निचायतत् मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते निचायतन् 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 मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते निचायतत् मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते निचायतत् मृत्युमुखात् pramuchyate. Eighth quotation. All are telling same. Therefore, same thing we are studying, but repeatedly studying may, you know, affect in such a manner that our desire to know the truth may become stronger. Because that's the only way. अगर नहीं है परमात्मा को पाने वाला कामना, जगत को पाने वाले कामना से stronger, we can never become true genuine spiritual seekers. We may superficially loiter in the spiritual field, but heart in heart, we are the kami of the Jagat only, then we'll be samsari only. Later on, blaming the God or Guru, क्या मैं क्लास में तो आया था मुझे मोक्ष ही नहीं मिला. अरे भाई तू क्लास में आया लेकिन दिल में तो पूरा वर्ल्ड के लिए कामनाएं थे. Look into your own thoughts, look into your own pursuits or actions. You did all of that, you are blaming us. We can't take that blame. But when these slokas are this way repeatedly studied, and our desire for Paramatma is intensified, and accordingly we are doing sadhana. Then, even if we don't reach a result, when we tell to the Guru God, they say, Are, kuch der tak, kuch dur tak aa gaye ho, aur lage raho, you only need some more time, you will reach out. Okay. Beautiful. Next sloka, quote number 9. It is from Mundaka Upanishad. It is again in second Mundakam, first second adhyaya, second Mundakam, first adhyaya, 10th mantra. What is it? Etadyo Veda Nihitam Guhayam So Vidya Granthim Vihirati Somya. एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सोविद्या ग्रंथिम विकिरतीह सौम्य. सौम्य is Priyadarshana. Oh my dearest. Angirasa Rishi is the Guru there. Shaunaka is the disciple. Shaunakaji goes to the Guru and asks direct question. Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati. Oh Bhagavan, what is that by knowing which everything becomes known? Then instead of directly answering, the Angirasa Rishi says, no, there are two things to be known. Vidya and avidya. Okay, Paravidya, Aparavidya. Then in the Apara, he puts all the four Vedas, Vedangas and everything. All the objective knowledge, intellectual understandings, सारा अपराविद्या में डाल देते हो. Then Paravidya, he says, that is called as Paravidya, by which Akshara Atma Anubhuti happens to you. Then he goes on giving the nature of that Akshara Parabrahma Tattva for contemplation. And in that contemplating heat only, we near to him, reach nearer and nearer to him, finally become one with. In that process only, all these beautiful mantras. है ना द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इतिहास यस्म ब्रह्मविदो वदन्ति परा चैवा परा च तत्र परा ऋग्वेदो यजुर्वेदः सामवेदो अथर्ववेदः शिक्षा कल्पो व्याकरणं निरुक्तं छन्दो ज्योतिषमिति अथ परा यया तदक्षरमधिगम्यते यत्तददृश्यमग्राह्यमगोत्रमवर्णमचक्षुश्रोत्रं तदपाणिपादं नित्यं विभुं सर्वगतं सुसूक्ष्मं तदव्ययं यद्भूतयोनिं परिपश्यन्ति धीराः यथोर्णनाभिः सृजते गृह्णते च यथा पृथिव्याम् ओषधयः सम्भवन्ति यथा सतः पुरुषात् कीशलोमानि तथा अक्षरात् सम्भवति ह विश्वं तपसा चीयते ब्रह्म ततोऽन्नमभिजायते अन्नात् प्राणो मनः सत्यं लोकाः कर्मसु चामृतं यः सर्वज्ञः सर्ववित् यस्य ज्ञानमयं तपः तस्मात् एतद् ब्रह्म नाम रूपमन्नं च जायते. This is the first chapter. First Khanda, first Mundaka. Goes on, goes on. Beautifully gives all. We have studied it with Bhashya. Yes, also we have seen, I believe it. Isn't it? Mundaka Upanishad. Okay. What is the mantra's meaning for our contemplation? एतद् यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सह अविद्या ग्रंथिं विकिरति इह सौम्य. Saumya, oh my dearest Priyadarshana, Shaunaka, iha means while alive in this very human body, in this very life itself. You can do this and you can make this happen. This is possible. What is that? Etat. Etat means this Paramatma with all these lakshanas. Yaha, whoever he may be, Veda recognizes. Nihitam Guhayam, who is seated in the cave of his own heart. मतलब the self Paramatma of these lakshanas, who is seated in the cave of our own heart, Etad Yaha Veda. Whoever recognizes him. That person, etadyo Veda Netam Guhayam, whoever recognizes that Paramatman who is seated in the cave of the heart. What is the result? Saha avidya granthim vikirati. Vikirati means unknots, removes, opens, throws, destroys, breaks open. What? Avidya granthi. And what is avidya granthi? Avidya, not knowing the self, therefore identifying the not self, the not self being limited, conditional, therefore it necessarily creates the kamana. When we are in the sthiti of kamana in the mind, necessarily we do the karma. When the karma is done, necessarily the phala comes because we are the karta. Phala comes to us only, we have to become the bhokta. When we do the bhoga of that karma phala, it necessarily creates the vasana. That vasana, one side strengthens the vidya, other side again expresses as kamana. That forces us to do again the karma. Karma gives karma phala, and we go to different sharira yoni to go through the karma phala. That karma phala again strengthens avidya and the vasana. Again the vasana becomes kamana. This is the chakkar chalta hi rehta hai. This avidya, kama, karma phala, bhoga, and that is again becoming avidya or vasana. This whole thing is vikirati. He opens and destroys and throws away. No more he will be bound by this hridaya granthi called as avidya granthi. Avidya kama karma granthi. सह अविद्या ग्रंथि विकृति सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितम गुहाय. नाउ उसको फिर रिवर्स करके पढ़ लो. देखो the one who is not trying to and therefore not recognizing that self who is seated in his own heart, he himself is victimizing by his own not pursuing the right thing by the avidya kama karma granthi. अब कब तक चलेगा ये? Millions and millions of lives till we don't discover the guhayam nihitam etat paramatma. See the clarity of the thought. See the conviction in that Angirasa Rishi when he is telling that Shaunakaji to achieve that. Etadyo vedanitam guhayam saha avidya granthim vikiratiha saumya. दो एक 10. Okay, here is it. Purusha eva idam vishwam karma tapo brahma paramrutam etadyo veda nihitam guhayam so vidya granthim vikiratiha somya. Purusha eva idagam sarvam vishwam karma tapo brahma paramrutam etadyo veda nihitam guhayam so vidya granthim vikiratiha somya. So we have physical body, that's a physical heart, left side, and we just right to its central part way the spiritual heart is there. It is called as hridaya. This is called as hridaya guha. Here only seated is the self for our recognition, and through meditation when we reach to him as we gave the introduction today, सत्वगुण में आकर रजोतमो छोड़कर, when we come to सत्वगुण, with that सत्वगुण mind, when we contemplate in that spiritual heart, we will recognize that self, which is of this nature. Purusha eva idam vishwam karma tapo brahma paramritam. That self when we recognize, avidya karate vikrati. नहीं तो अविद्या काम कर्म में फंसे ही रहोगे. No, so our 4 years of study has resulted to us to repeatedly understand the truth or the need of recognizing the truth through these quotations. Just like in the evening class, our struggle of studying Ramayana, Adhyatma, Ramayana, Valmiki, Bhagavatam, all of that led us to now the study of this Yoga Vasishta, which is a ultimate complete Smriti Grantha. सुबह का इतने 1400 days का उपनिषद अध्ययनम now taking us to this point. No, while listening to these thoughts, while chanting it 11, 12 times, we have to intensify in our heart. I will recognize that Brahman, the Atman, the Self. That alone is my goal. Every sacrifice required for that I do. Every hard work to be done for that, I will do that. Let me start it here and now. Let me increase my study hours, contemplation hours, meditation hours. Let my study, contemplation, meditation become single pointed, become deeper, become intense. May I pray to God Guru only for this anumoti very soon. Any obstacles are there in and outer, I request the Lord Guru to remove. I also will not create any new obstacles. In this way we have to strengthen our desire for Paramatma Prapti, Prayatna for Paramatma Prapti. Everything else is Mithya, Moha, Maya, Badhakarka only. Nahi to why our Shastras tell like that? So remember, the Shastras, authority of Upanishads, tells us ultimately this. But the people who can't go for the spiritual goal because they are filled with so many vasanas for the world, they study and pursue the other things of the world, which, though on the name of temporary pleasure, are going to bind only. So they should not become our authority. Our authority, even though they are in minority or less number, our Rishi Muni Guru only. Our Moksha Shastra alone should be the authority for us. Not all other Amoksha or Bandha Shastras. Moksha Shastra, Bandha Shastra. Moksha Marga, Bandha Marga. Moksha indicating giving gurus, Bandhana giving lagus in the world. They may be more, they'll always be more. So what? We have to go only for the ultimate, the truth. Clear? Let us feel this mantra's meaning. Chant it for 12 times. एतद्यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां सोविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां सोविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां सह अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सह अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सह अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सह अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य एतद्यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सः अविद्याग्रन्थिं विकिरति ह सौम्य. Again in the same Upanishad, one more quote is there. From Mundaka only, next 1, 2, 3 quotes will be there. Then from Prashna, there will be two quotes. Thereafter from Ishavasya, two quotes. From the Keno Upanishad, two quotes. From Shwethashwathara Upanishad, the three of them. Again from Brahadaranyaka, one. Again from Shwethashwathara, one. Again one more from Katha. After these are done, now from Bhagavad Gita also, 10-12 quotations होंगे. All of these we will study. These are all quotes for the main final thought of only in the Brahma Prapti there is moksha. Then another question is asked by Purvapakshi. While answering that question, again the next set of quotes Bhagavan gives. Again another question, answer and quotes. In that way, around 30, 40, 50 pages may we are getting exposure to the study, the main quotes of the Tattva from all Upanishads by the grace of Bhagavan Adi Shankara and our willing effort to come and study. Tomorrow we'll see the quote number 10. 9 हो चुके हैं आज. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Friends, after listening to this Upanishad, when we go into the world, thousands, lakhs, millions people we see, they are pursuing something other than this. Looking at them, let us not get carried away. Saying that अरे सब लोग तो उसके लिए जा रहे हैं, मेरे को क्या ये? No, it should be other around. That out of millions of people, only we selected few are given by the Lord this opportunity to seek the eternal and permanent. To feel that blessedness, feel that what you call the fortune, and intensify this sadhana, not nullify it by comparing with the worldly people. ये डेंजर हमेशा होता है ना, बाहर जाते ही दुनिया में यू कैन सी द पीपल खा पी के मजा कर रहे हैं, है ना, अर्थ काम में फुल बिजी है वो लोग, मजा वजा ले रहे. हाँ, इफ यू वांट यू कैन आल्सो गो, एनीबॉडी कैन गो एनी टाइम, बट यू विल मिस दिस. The whole world is test in front of us. Having studied the Upanishads, when the world is put in front of you with so much of temptation, attractions to delude us, are we getting deluded or keeping our wisdom intact regarding only Paramatma Prapti gives the moksha? How many quotes we have studied? Thus of them, now of them. To be careful while being in the world with our own heart. World is innocent. World's purpose is only to present in front of us what it has got. We should know that that's not worthy, and we should know what's worthy. The worthy is Paramatma, that's available inside us only. In fact, never go out of our दृष्टि into the world. हमेशा अंतर्मुख होकर जितना ज़्यादा समय हो सके about this inner self only start contemplating, start desiring, start praying for. Let it go on happening. In that heat of that only, the ignorance, delusion that there is something called as world and it is real and it can give me sukha, therefore I must get it, for that I have to do this and that, and already what I got, let me have attachment from it. ये सारा जो ड्रीमी है सब चला जाएगा. These are all dream only, delusion only. Nothing but it will give only frustration and misery and disappointment. Thank you.